They can do a show or something. There's definitely gonna be partnering up and trying to figure that out. But we can continue this. What happened? Do you guys saw AEW?
I didn't watch it yet.
I didn't see it.
No, I didn't watch. The only thing I saw was the segment between Chris Jericho and Don Callis, where I guess apparently Don Callis is trying to put together a whole new stable faction, and he asked Chris Jericho to join. And Chris Jericho pretty much said maybe, and then walked away. And so they also did a promo segment that they filmed at a gym between MJF and Adam Cole, pretty much showing how like those odd bedroom fellows, as a tag team. I guess MJF was like making.
I saw the entrance from them on Instagram. That's all I saw.
Yeah, I guess MJF was making fun of one of the guys in the gym. He was a little overweight and he was cracking jokes, trying to bond with Adam Cole. And I did see that entrance of them coming out. MJF is such a he's so entertaining. Like
just from that little 30-second segment I saw on Instagram, I'm like, yo, this guy's great. He was great. He was basically just like kind of like being like over the top with Adam Cole, like their buddies.
It's like you know damn well MJF don't fuck with this guy. He's such a dickhead and over the top with it that you can't help but laugh.
And the funny thing is, he does it with everybody. He did it with Sammy. He did it with Chris Jericho, and he does it so well. And I think it was a work because Adam Cole's another gamer. He'd be on like up, down, down, and
he just went to
streaming. He'd be streaming. He'd be streaming and stuff. And there was a clip I saw on Twitter where I guess he's on the phone with MJF. He's like, "Hey Max, remember what I told you? I like to keep this separate from that." He's like, "Oh yeah, no, I'm sorry. I just, I wanted to see if we could do this for the match where, we do like a double suplex and blah, blah, blah." And he's like, Max, like, what did I tell you? Like, I really need, but mind you, he's like live streaming and he's on the phone with him. And he's just like, dude, I'll call you back later. Like,
nah, but MJF, man, he's just like, he's so like, AEW has to just break out the checkbook. At some point, it's just got to be.
What they did. That's what he brags about it. He's like, "Yo, Tony Khan." He's like, "Do you know they're paying me stupid money?" Like,
he needs to be the highest paid talent on the roster.
Yes.
That means more than CM Punk.
It's just not AEW roster. At some point, those numbers leak from WWE. Who gets paid high?
Yeah.
He's going to be doing that.
He's young. He's 26 or something.
He's going to be doing that. He's going to be looking at that checkbook, and he's going to be like, well, Roman gets paid XYZ and only works XYZ. Like, he's going to do that. He should do that.
Yeah.
He should do that. So it's definitely interesting to see how that plays. I got to check out what happened on there. I'm probably going to turn on some type of wrestling. I know NXT brought back Underground. Apparently, that's what it looked like. I don't know if that's...
Yeah,
I don't know if those were just random video clips.
Actually, finally got to watch it at NXT like live. Mm-hmm. That was very entertaining between Eddie Thorpe and Damon Kemp, and then seeing the involvement of Gabe Stevenson. Yep. We're waiting for him. Like, what is his situation right now? Like, is he still doing? Is he done with collegiate wrestling and now he was
going back in?
Yeah, I think that's in his training,
but he's still under contract, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, because he got drafted to Raw last year, and we haven't heard shit since. So.
They had that other woman, Olympic, Sarah Stock or something like that. She's in developmental or whatever the case may be, or whatever they're trying to figure out what to do with her. But it's like, I'm pretty sure she's probably going to try to compete at the Olympics again. Gabe Stevenson also the same thing, but I saw him suplexing people. I'm like, oh, he's actually getting involved. So
it was impressive. It was just random. Random dudes in the ring just randomly want to get in and just start fucking with them for no reason. I'm like, yo,
was Underground that like fake like MMA fight thing
it wasn't doing? Fake. It was real shoot fighting.
Shane McMahon was the host. So,
so
if you're saying this real legit fight, Shane is the host. Like,
I couldn't believe when they did that. I was like, "What are we doing here? What are they doing?"
Remember, WWE did have a legitimate, like, what was it, like a boxing
Brawl for all?
Brawl for all. Yes. You know who talks about this all the time is Xavier. He's like, dude, they need to bring back Brawl for all.
No, they don't.
Don't let Jim Cornette get a heart attack. Don't bring up Brawl for all. Brawl for all is the reason why he hates Vince Russo so much. Like, when you hear him come at Vince Russo, it's because of Brawl for all.
Because it was funny because, did you guys see Dark Side of the Ring with that?
Yeah, I did.
I remember seeing that shit as a kid, and I was just like, "Yo, what is they doing with this shit?" And then fucking Bart Gunn was winning matches. I'm like, "Who one of the Smoking Guns, Billy Gunn's brother?" I'm like, "What is going on?" And then they put him in that match with Butterbean. I'm like, "What are they doing?"
Yeah, bro.
And I didn't know as much as boxing. I knew Mike Tyson, Evander Holyfield, guys like that, top heavyweights. But then you see Butterbean, and you know he's on that other class of boxer where he just knocking people out.
I remember him in Jackass.
I don't think they realize how much they damaged the credibility of their own sport with that.
Yeah.
And he literally just telling the fans that, like, okay, this hour and a half was all fake shit, but this 30 minutes of Brawl for like,
these are actual knockouts and concussions.
No, but dude, like, they put him in there and they were like, they knew he was gonna lose. It was like, why would you book that at all? And then that was the thing. And then Jim Ross, like, this kind of like, you don't see this part of Jim Ross, like, where he's wrong about stuff and like trying to get ideas over. And it was like, as much as Jim Ross got right, he put Dr. Death Steve Williams in that, and then he got destroyed, and it was just like, oh shit.
It wasn't the same. It ended his career, I think.
It basically did. It ended his career. It was like, oh shit. And he was supposed to go face Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah, see?
Like, and that's funny because it's like Mankind.
Vince Russo.
Yeah, that's the funny thing because it's like Mankind actually got a push from that. Dude loved Mankind. Like, he actually was benefited for that. Like, so it's like, that's crazy how that could have changed.
Yeah.
In retrospect, like, yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, Brawl for all. No, I think I saw that episode of Up, Down, Down. I'm like, no, they don't, man. Don't say that. Don't speak loudly. Like, nah.
I don't think he was being. Was he? Did it seem like he was being serious when he said it?
No, he was joking. Yeah. He was just like, it was more like a hypothetical. Like, could you imagine them bringing back Brawl for all, like, in this day and age?
That never happened.
I'm about to go look for that episode of like Dark Side of the Ring because just the thought of that. And he started it because Bradshaw was talking shit backstage. Like, that's the only reason why.
Did he knock somebody out? Like, actually?
No, Bradshaw got knocked the fuck out. I think Bart Gunn is who knocked out Bradshaw.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
It's just hilarious. It was just like, that's the only reason why it started. He was like, yeah, I'll pay to see you get knocked out. Let's start boxing.
Like, fighters, let's do it.
That's crazy. Just to think Bart Gunn was like never seen on TV after that. Like, that was it. Like, after he just knocked. It's funny because he knocked out every other wrestler, and there were wrestlers to have careers after that. JBL specifically carry on, and he never had nothing else.
Yeah. Not after Butterbean.
I mean, they flipped him over. I don't know why the fuck they thought, like, okay, he's knocking out all the wrestlers. So why would you think that him getting into the ring with somebody a legit knockout artist was a good idea? Like, I don't understand. Like,
I think he had like 400 fights or some shit like that. It's like, why would you do this?
It's almost like they were setting him up to fail because I think initially they didn't think he was going to win it.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, that's what it was. Like, how y'all do that to somebody's career because he actually went in there and won?
Yeah.
So, like, what are we gonna do?
Like, what? Like, that's like some straight, like, real boxing shit. Like, you actually knocked out the champ. So now we're gonna put you in there against somebody we know you can't beat and get knocked the fuck out.
Crazy.
That's crazy. I'm about to look for that because it's just like that was like as a little kid, I just remember that shit. Like, why are they boxing and wrestling? And then just see Bart Gunn just get knocked the fuck out by Butterbean. It's like, why would they do that? Terrible. But nah, man, we'll continue with. I guess now this is the road to SummerSlam.
Yep.
Did you guys go over who got the right picks?
No, I was gonna skip over that.
I mean, it's pretty straight. It's pretty straightforward. I mean, we don't need to get it.
Can we talk about who got the most?
Okay. I don't think I have
the
the total.
brief. It can be brief.
I don't think I have
that green. Highlight the green.
I don't think I have the totals, but I do have.
Oh, you don't got the totals now.
No.
I mean, you could just say who's in the lead from the last.
Lewis is in the lead, begrudgingly here. Hold on, let me see if I can pull it up here.
Look at all that green. Look at all that green.
Lewis going 5-2. Me and Brian both going 2-5. Unfortunately, Lewis is in the lead. I'm behind you, Brian, by a couple. I believe I got to add up the totals there. But I believe Lewis is cheating. He got 7-0 at Night of Champions. He's 5-2 at Money in the Bank. Something is up here.
Yes, because I have the dirt sheets in my pocket, and they're telling me everything.
You're cheating with Dave Meltzer. That's all it is.
Brian Alvarez.
So you know people that work on the creative team or that work on the agents, the producers that have like a sliding you stuff on the side. That may or may not be true, but
I'm just saying 7-0 at the last pay-per-view, 5-2. I don't know. Something's going on there.
I can't get all the accurate info because the write-ups and they change things and matches getting played.
Vince comes in, and are you blaming Vince right now for last-minute changes?
Hey, you all heard the reports like I did that Cody was going to be main event and he wasn't. So.
I'm just saying, you can be right. I'll let you go perfect up until the Royal Rumble. But Cody Rhodes, I'm just saying, if we get to the Royal Rumble and you pick Cody Rhodes, I'm just saying. At least I know it's true at that point.
No. You know what's gonna happen? Damian Priest is gonna lose that Money in the Bank contract to Cody, and then he cashes in.
No, that's what I was saying on That's what I was saying to Brian. I was like, well, we were talking about it before Brian stepped away. I was like, if I'm losing that Money in the Bank, I got to get some type of incentive that I'm going to get at least another shot, or I'm going to win the Royal Rumble. I got to get something. I got to get something.
Damian Priest is going to lose that contract to Cody.
You want to know what's going to happen? You want to know what's going to happen? Here it is. Here's what's going to happen.
No, I don't want to hear what's going to happen.
He's going to get screwed. He's going to get screwed out of the cash-in. JD McDonough and Finn Balor are going to come in, and then they're going to tag to face him and Bad Bunny at some point.
No, Bad Bunny's not coming to save Damian Priest.
That's his hermano, man. That's his friend. That's his
they
best
just
friend.
had a massive brawl in Puerto Rico, and he kicked
Friends
his
fight. I mean, fight all the time.
Chris even put him through that table, maybe, but because he did that, like, yeah, I don't see them becoming a team again.
Oh man, they're gonna be friends. Watch, I'm booking it.
Damian Priest is gonna call up Carlito, be like, hey.
Carlito has reportedly signed with WWE.
I'm waiting to see him.
They're both Puerto Rican.
Yeah, they got
Madison Square Garden right around.
They're waiting for the right. They're waiting for the right time. The perfect moment to have Carlito. Probably gonna be SummerSlam, for all we know.
That would be dope. That would be dope. I'm telling you.
Give me something with the LWO, please.
Yeah, I don't want them to do that.
Get these guys and dude, I feel like there's so many people, there's so many great stories right now, but there's so many people who are just
in limbo.
We're not seeing Johnny Gargano, Paulo, LWO is here and there, but then AJ's back. I feel like we're not seeing them like that.
He's in a feud with Karrion Kross right now, apparently.
Why?
Why? Did Ciampa and Miz have a segment on Raw? Or
they're gonna have a match next week. I guess a notice.
They announced they're gonna have a match next week. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm just like, that's random.
But at least they're keeping it alive. So yeah. Now, next week they're gonna go at it. Okay.
Still.
But nah, Montez Ford, the Street Profits, they're in limbo. Of course, they lost to Pretty Diddley in that gauntlet match. It's like, what's happening with these guys that should be carrying that mid card on SmackDown at least?
Can we split the titles, please? Please.
As I said, that's the funny thing because in the women's division, it's like they can go from show to show and build up that division. Whereas the men's division, it's like you got a bunch of tag teams fighting.
You got a bunch of legit tag teams. That's the difference. Yeah.
It's the last piece of the puzzle. Like you made all these new titles. Do something with the tag division, please.
Which, by the way, when you talk about tag teams on NXT, Creed Brothers, they lost the Loser Leaves NXT match against the Dyad. So they're coming. Another legit tag team. So you got all the tag teams there. You should be able to split the tag team titles now at this point.
Yeah,
SmackDown. They're going to. Hopefully, they go to SmackDown.
You better not put them in the Alpha Academy and make them a joke.
Shoosh.
No, they better not.
Good tag team.
You can obviously see that, like, where I can honestly see Vince saying, "With Alpha Academy, they're all Olympic wrestlers."
They all wear leotards.
That's the thing. I actually like Alpha Academy. I'm like, it's the goofy cast, but it's like it's over. It's kind of reminds me of a Rusev Day almost like.
Mm-hmm. No, but the thing, this just speaks to the character of Chad Gable and how great he is. Like he's so underrated as hell.
So athletic.
He overcame that Shorty G shit. Somehow he was able to overcome that.
That was brutal.
And it was just like, yo, this guy's talented. Now we know.
I'm saying, yo, he could be like the next Daniel Bryan. Like he
should be building himself up to face Gunther
easily.
Like imagine the type of match they would have as mid card. So it's just like
this man suplex fucking Braun Strowman. You tell me you can't give him some credibility? Like
he's just strong. He's not main event. He's just strong.
He can make a main event. He can do it.
He's just strong.
I didn't realize strength was a bad thing.
He's just strong. That's it.
I mean, if Gunther needs a challenger. I mean, there's two people off the top of my head that we can think of. I mean, one of them being Omos, the free agent, and probably not going to happen.
Why we put into the world, Brian?
Or if everybody really wants Goldberg to have a send off,
give me Bobby Lashley. How about that?
He's on SmackDown. He can't wrestle Gunther.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I mean, I'm glad you said. If Gunther is still champion, Intercontinental champion by WrestleMania, that's the WrestleMania match with Lashley, because we haven't seen it yet. If it gets to that, if he's still champ and Lashley has nothing to do, because they owe Lashley a WrestleMania match for what Bray Wyatt did, so they owe Lashley a match. So
that's my thing. Where's Lashley right now? There's another one. Like
not doing it.
Disappeared.
I just think they have nothing for him. I think the only thing they can really do with Lashley right now is put him in with Roman, and I think they're waiting for that to finish up so we can get those two.
That would be good though.
Yeah. He said Omos.
Yeah.
They need to release that, man.
Exactly. Omos is exactly where he needs to be right now. Out of sight, out of mind, and doing something.
Send him back to send him to NXT. Like, I'm not even back. Send him to NXT.
You know, Vince is gonna pull him out the hat one time. You know who we need on the show? Omos. We need to get through the fall. The fall falls down. Football's coming in. We need giants.
Let's give him an accent too.
You know what's gonna happen.
Let's give him the Apollo accent.
Oh man. So just bring back the Hurt Business with Omos and have him just be the muscle and the enforcer. They can just do that. They can just do that. But you know, that's just easy thinking. Or maybe they're the ones to disrupt the draft and be like, hey, we don't care what show we're on. We're just going to disrupt shit and beat up shit.
No, then it'll be another fucking retribution.
I was going to say NXT invasion, the Nexus.
Husky Harris.
Hey, he became the man we love, Bray Wyatt.
And where is he?
McGillicuddy. fucking name.
Michael McGillicuddy.
The name is the disrespect to fucking the son of Mr. Perfect. Like, come on.
What was the other guy?
Curtis Axel.
Otunga.
Yeah.
Dude, that dude. He was married to Jennifer Hudson.
See, David Otunga is one of those guys to me where it's like you're married to Jennifer Hudson, you have a lawyer degree. Did you just do wrestling for fun? Because you already got your shit together. So are you just wrestling just for fun? Like
he has the body.
Fun. And he has the body.
He's an announcer for it too, right?
Yeah. It's like yeah, you must have just did this shit for fun, bro. Because you're married to that woman and you got a law degree. Like, dude,
it's like you could have done anything else.
Anything else but wrestling, bro.
Like you were just not fit for wrestling. You could have done anything else. But nah, that was crazy, man. Crazy wrestling tales, man.
Yeah.
But that will do it for this episode 22 of Ring Takes. Thank you guys for joining me as we continue now on to the road to SummerSlam. That will do it for this episode, man. Thank you guys for joining me as always. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.